All right, taking a look at some other draft dilemmas you're going to be facing in your fantasy draft this year. Say you're a guy that has the 10th pick in the standard format drafts, and you're looking at whether you want to take Jimmy Graham as a first-round pick or even the first pick of the second round. Now, Graham, the tight end out of the Saints, is in a class by himself. He'll probably score outside of Gronkowski, depending on how often or how much he plays. Jimmy Graham will probably score 50 points more than any other tight end. That's why he's certainly the clear #1 tight end that's out there. But again, tight end is a position that doesn't score a lot of fantasy points. Jimmy Graham last year scored fewer than 200. You would have gotten much better, for example, out of a Calvin Johnson at wide receiver, even with Johnson only catching 5 touchdown passes. And so while I grant anyone that the tight end position is the weakest in fantasy football with its lack of quality, there's plenty of depth there in the average category, but not at the top level. Again, the question is, would you take someone with the late first or even an early second? Maybe you've got the second or third pick in the second round. He doesn't seem to ever last longer than the 4th pick of the second round. Whether it's worthy of taking someone who scores fewer than 200 points someplace in that area, again, knowing that you're going to be passing up on running backs like Matt Forte. You could easily lose out on a Trent Richardson out there, and you're going to be hoping against hope that Reggie Bush really is going to be the answer for the Lions' rushing woes, and that Michael LaShore isn't going to take too many carries away from him. You're going to hope for a Fred Jackson resurgence, or maybe a Shane Vereen who is coming on strong as a fantasy third down back, that he's really going to be like a Darren Sproles and catch 65 or 70 passes, and that's going to really alleviate the problems that you're going to have from the fact that you just don't have a strong running game. And again, Jimmy Graham is a terrific tight end. He is by far, again, the best tight end that's out there, but you just can't take a spot like that early. Especially, again, knowing you're going to give up most likely an A.J. Green, a Dez Bryant, a Brandon Marshall. All those guys will be gone. You're looking at a position because now you're scrambling to get a wide receiver or a running back. Again, I've already mentioned some of the running backs of Steven Jackson that you might lose out on. And again, you're hoping that Isaiah Pead is the answer to the Rams running back woes, or Darrell Richardson is really the answer to that group. Or David Wilson of the Giants. See, it opens up too many problematic situations for your draft. Now, if you could get Graham in the Gronkowski range, he's going in the 4th round, and you could make a case if Gronkowski was healthy, he could be a first round pick, I should say, in the draft. But Jimmy Graham is just going way too early in the draft. Again, he is one of your top overrated fantasy guys in 2013. Stick with running backs. Stick with the top-end wide receivers in the first couple of rounds. Try and get your quarterback late in the second, early in the third if you're shooting for a Rodgers, Breeze type of guy. Otherwise, hold on and just grab the best running backs and wide receivers until you get to round 6 or 7. Then start looking at quarterbacks and tight ends a little bit later on than that.